G'day, my name's Peachy. Welcome back to the channel. I am a full-time worker. I've got a full-time job and I'm a casual reseller. Do this a bit of a side hustle. And again, like most of you, I do it on a casual type of basis. You'd have to be a little bit crazy to do it full-time. And you would want to be making 80 to 100,000 in profit if you were doing it full-time. I guess to make it stand up against the average income, especially when you don't have super paid as a full-time reseller. So again, that's the truth of it. And today we are going to head off and do some thrifting. We're going to be heading off to my favorite shop, which is just up the road. And we're going to be finding some of those items to try and flip for a profit to make some money. Let's get there. And we start off our thrifting expedition at Savers, our favorite shop. We enter the doors. Hurry up, doors, open up, let us in, thank you. And we head straight to the DVD box set section. Got a bit excited, we found two Prisoner box sets. But unfortunately, these are just kind of like the best episodes of, not the seasons 1, 2, 3, which are more desirable. Still go for decent money, but not worth our bother. My favourite Rugrats character, Chucky, the voice of reason, the guy that tells it how it is. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't listen to him. Sandringham VFA, found these like port bottles, triple premiership port, VFA, so they're about 30 odd years old. Quite cool, but I'm not sure there's a huge demand for them. Bit of a very niche team, VFA Sandringham. Maybe a Saints supporter, not sure. These Pokemon books, the whole series, got to be excited again, thinking, oh, it's Pokemon. But unfortunately, Pokemon kids and collectors love to collect cards. They don't really like to read these books. They did get picked up by a young kid, which was good. Video games, we did pick up quite a few of these. And I had my pick of the games, so they just came out. We also found these Goosebumps VHS tapes, $1 each. Yeah, we'll take a gamble on those. $2, that's a good list in there for some Goosebumps collector. And we also found Blue Healers. We found Maggie Doyle, Sergeant Croydon, and I can't remember, Detective Hashem, I think it was. Good old Blue Healers. Didn't even know they made this on VHS. Thought it was just a DVD. All right, this week we picked up about 10 to 15 video games. But unlike other weeks, I'm not going to show you them. And the reason is because I've already kind of put them into little bundles, sorted them already. They're away. I'm actually organised the video games. Something I want to get better at in 2025. So I'm not showing you the video games, but we picked up some pretty good ones. 2 or 3 of those were about $50 odd gains individually, and the rest are kind of bread and butter bundlers. So onto the toys. The first thing we picked up was this Pikachu. A Pikachu, it's a money, guess you want to call it a tin money box. It's got the little coin dispenser on the back there, even though we don't use coins anymore. But regardless, I'm pretty sure this will make a pretty cool display piece on anyone's Pokemon collection. That's Pikachu. Next thing we picked up was this Black Caviar plush doll. I hate plush. I hate touching it. I hate dealing with it. I don't know where it's been. I find it a little bit gross. But we saw Black Caviar, one of the best racehorses in Australian history, probably even the world. So again, hopefully there's a bit of history behind this, and some of the pricing on this was a little bit high. Not sold, no sold comps, but people are asking like $700 for this. New and sealed though, new in the packet, I guess. But again, I don't know what they're smoking. Next thing we picked up was this WWE wrestling belt. Just drop something, that's okay. These belts go okay. I haven't really picked them up in the past, but we did pick this one up. One, because it was quite cheap, and they seem to be going all right. So again, I'm happy to pick up the WWE Championship belt. Next thing we picked up was this World of Warcraft, like a tips book, I think. Guess I'm not sure how it's going to help you win the game or play the game, but it's a big book, so there's obviously a lot of information on how to win Warcraft, World of Warcraft. I'm hoping some little nerd picks this up wanting to win. And the final thing we picked up was a Wrestling VHS Bloodbath. It's like the steel cage. Wrestling's the most incredible steel cage matches. We got Ric Flair, we got Stone Cold Steve Austin. So it's kind of like the Attitude Era, one of the better eras in the WWE. And I can always bundle this with a couple other WWE VHSs I have found in the past. That's all the media. No, I didn't show the games today, but everything else, the toys, whatnot. Found this unique looking Adidas hoodie, almost like a camouflage design. I didn't know what GT Honor meant, but it's Georgia Tech. It's a college basketball hoodie. Maybe I should send this off or write into the university to see how did this end up at Savers. How did the Georgia Tech hoodie end up in Savers? That is crazy. We also found this Anaheim Ducks. I'll call them the Mighty Ducks, but they're actually called the Ducks these days. They changed their name, and the Duck stuff goes really well. This one did have a bit of a marking on the side, which you can probably see, but we're going to squirt some stain remover on that and hopefully get rid of it. It's on white, so it might be a bit difficult. LeBron James, this was $16, this t-shirt, and it doesn't really sell for much more than that, so had it been a few bucks, you may have picked it up, but we're leaving that one at $15, $16. Bunnings Trade, $3.50. We're picking these up every day of the week. They just sell quite well. A lot of tradies out there and fake tradies like to wear these. Probably more the fake tradies, actually. This was a unique item. This was an AFL player's polo shirt. I know that for a fact because we picked up his jumper, his Guernsey, his jersey, whatever you want to call it. This was his polo shirt. And then we also found his hoodie. So he also got rid of all his Melbourne stuff. He doesn't play for him anymore. So he's traded his jersey. He's got rid of his polo. He's got rid of his hoodie. And it's all the Melbourne football player called Oscar Baker. So thanks, Oscar. We didn't pick up the hoodie, though. Unfortunately, there's nothing to prove that it was his. But we know it was. Thought this was a bit of a good find. Like a rugby league type St Kilda top. Couldn't really find any comps on it, and being St Kilda, I'm always hesitant to pick it up. Because if you can live in Cheltenham, Hyatt, all those richy areas, you're not going to buy a second-hand top. And again, LeBron James jersey, seeing these more and more, and they seem to be pricing them up more and more as well. Sometimes you'll see them for $5, sometimes you'll see them for 30. They also had this Steph Curry, fake as can be. Not even a good fake, and again, $3.50 on that. We didn't pick it up, we put it back on the shelf. Again, could probably sell that to a Curry supporter. All right, now on to the t-shirts. These are just nice bread and butter items. They don't go for generally heaps of money, but they just keep things ticking over. $3 into 20, that type of thing. You're walking away at 15 or so profit, plus the post obviously on that. So it's pretty good, just generating that $10 to $15 profit each sale. And the t-shirts we picked up this week, the first one was a Kiss Alive t-shirt. Nothing too fancy about that. I think the actual real vintage ones go for quite a bit. We'll see how good that one goes. I've got Essendon at 1993 Premiership t-shirt. This one is Footy Legends Classics. So it's just a retro remake type t-shirt. But I guess if you're an Essendon supporter, you haven't had too much to cheer about over the last 20 years. So if you want to reminisce, hopefully someone buys that t-shirt back when they were actually pretty good. SpongeBob SquarePants t-shirt. This is on the Movie World tag, I think. Movie World, pretty cool t-shirt. I think that's SpongeBob and, is it Starfish? Yeah, I'm gonna make myself look silly. Jack Daniels, these t-shirts, got it for $3. And they generally sell for 15 to 20. And I think I sold this one in the past as well. So happy to pick it up if I've sold it as well. Nothing too fancy again. Another bread and butter. You get them for about $3. Bunnings Trade, and these sell for about $20. Again, just $15 profit items. Just chink, chink, chink. That $15 then gets hopefully used to purchase some even better items. Bought this one as well. This was really cheap. Got this on a bit of a special, so it wasn't really a t-shirt I'd normally pick up, but we did today because it cost us next to nothing. Boston Bruins like a polo, again another cheapie, $3 polo, which is a bit weird to see this at $3. Normally they put like 14 on those. It's ACDC on the Gildan. No, it's not. It's just a normal tag. Sorry, not Gildan. ACDC. They tend to go okay as well. This Frog skateboards, I sold this in the past for about $35. It's a decent brand. Don't see it too often. Again, probably need to be a skateboarder to know what the Frog brand is. But again, those type of things, they just tick, tick, tick the bank account going over. And we also got a San Antonio Spurs t-shirt. We picked that one up on one of the special days. So that's all the t-shirts for the week. Once again, we thought we got a little bit lucky with these Foster's hats, but they look vintage, they look old, but I don't think they're actually that old. I think they're more like a retro reproduction type hat. And again, look, it might be Foster's, but for some reason people still like buying Foster's. They might not drink it. Again, got excited on this. I thought it might have been something close like a My Pet Monster, but it was just a very bad imitation called My Pet Buddy. And these things aren't worth too much. So we put him back in his spot. He can go for a bit of a sleep. And we also found this, a black caviar plush toy. Again, we don't generally delve into the plush too much. A black caviar, one of the best racehorses Australia has ever seen. We might take a chance on the horse. It's won that many races, so hopefully in terms of the thrifting and the profit, it gives us a win. We'll put that in the trolley. And had some pretty weird looking masks. Had this Jason Voorhees hockey mask, so you can scare your brother, neighbour, whoever it is with that. And they also had a Pennywise, some pretty creepy looking horror masks. Cool. And now onto the sports stuff, the jerseys, all that cool stuff that we love to see and find in the thrift. And the first thing we found was this Anaheim Mighty Ducks. It's like a jumper, it's not actually a jersey. Mighty Duck stuff just tends to sell. Not sure it's because of the kids' movies from the 90s, 2000s. But again, they got a pretty cool symbol. This did have a few little marks on it. It's not sure you can see it. But we put a bit of the stain remover on it, and we did clear it up as best we could. And I guess with eBay's new used clothing policies and stuff, we'll just mark that. But it's got a little bit of wear and tear on it. But I'm still thinking that's going to go for some pretty decent money. Got a Mitch Creek training top for the Melbourne Phoenix. Mitch Creek doesn't play for the Phoenix anymore, but he's pretty much been their best player over the course of their short history. And again, another cheap training jersey. We'll pick up that sort of stuff if it's cheap. And I've actually sold quite a bit of that sort of stuff from Melbourne Phoenix. This was a rugby top, the Bathurst Panthers. And a lot of these type of rugby, I think it's league, could be union, I think it's league, it's Panthers. Jerseys do go well, even though they're not the professional teams. People just like having them or collecting them. And we'll probably put 50 or 60 bucks on that and hope we get a person buying it. Another thing, the Crusaders. I think this might be close to vintage. Adidas, Crusaders, pretty cool. Just a training shirt, it's not an actual jersey. Next thing up was a Jordan Poole, Golden State Warriors. Got Jordan Poole. It's on that old nice Oakland tag, which I don't think they actually even play in Oakland anymore. But again, Oakland, Moneyball town, the Oakland days, although they're not there anymore either. This is a real jersey, and Jordan Poole unfortunately now plays for the Wizards. He's signed a big contract, then his play kind of went downhill. And he's kind of started to play good again now that he's at the Wizards. Player issue. We've got a player issue here from the Dandenong Stingrays. When I first saw this, I thought it was a WA state jersey from the under-18 championships, but it's a Dandenong Rangers player issue jersey. You can see the GPS pocket there. And it's got that stingray. It does look very similar to the WA state jersey. And I thought it was until I got it home and I go, hang on, that's a stingray. That's not a swan. And it's at 23. Could have been Buddy Franklin. No. This is from last year's NAB Cup league. And to have the GPS pocket in there is pretty cool. Although I think most of them have the GPS pocket these days. Hawthorn, just a normal Hawthorn jersey. Yellow and brown. golden brown. It's on the Puma, so we'll probably just leave that bit out. Hawthorn, they should have a good year this year, and I'm hoping the merchandise, I think I sold most of my Hawk stuff anyway, but that should go pretty fast. We've got a South African, I think it's like a woman's jersey, South Africa Rugby Union shirt. So South Africa, it's got a flag on the back. It's got the Springbok there, and it's on the Canterbury tag. Next thing we've got, this was a bit surprising. So it's called Lifted, and it's called Lifted Research Group. And you'd probably see this and go, yeah, that looks a bit tacky, a bit cheap. But for some reason, these Lifted jerseys, Lifted Research Group jerseys, they're listed at quite a bit, and they're actually selling all right. Don't know why. Must be something special about it. Haven't really looked into it. But Lifted Research Group jerseys, what do I call it, netted jerseys are pretty cool. Next thing we picked up was a Julius Randle NBA jersey for the Lakers. Been picking up a lot of Lakers stuff lately. I must have pretty much a whole team now, or ex-teammates, that I could probably run out on with different numbers. That's Julius Randle, sorry, not Jordan Poole. Another player issue, Victoria Country, 23. It's got the GPS pocket in there as well. Again, number 23. So, Big Country player issue. I'm thinking that is one of the guys' teams. The girls and the guys' teams pretty much wear the same jersey, so it's pretty hard to tell what's what or who's who. And we picked up another player issue. Also, Victoria Country. It's got the GPS pocket. This one's number 20. The big V there. Got that 20. So these should go for some pretty good money. And we've got another player issue. Forget this guy's name. Oscar Baker, Melbourne player issue. So again, we've got the GPS pocket. This one's actually an AFL, and it's signed by Oscar Baker. And he actually seemed to have traded in all his stuff. He's now kind of moved, got delisted by Melbourne. He went to the Western Bulldogs, where he currently plays now, and he's not a bad player. But he traded in his polo. He had his hoodie there, and he's traded. Got rid of all his old Demon stuff. He said, "Nah, don't want to know them anymore. I'm now a Western Bulldog player." Not sure if that's a better thing or not, but we'll soon find out. But thanks, Oscar, for your jersey. And still in the toy department, we found this Batcopter. It looked fairly intact from what I could see. So again, if you're a Bat fan, this is something you're probably a Batman fan, you might want to pick that up, but we just threw it over there for it to crash and burn. We also found the WWE Championship belt. You can pretend you're John Cena, Roman Reigns. But again, you probably need a pretty thin waistline because this is a kid's belt. And again, if you've got a bit of a midriff, that one's not going to fit too well. Got this book. So if you want to tell the world or the neighborhood how big a virgin you are, we've got the World of Warcraft strategy guide. Don't know why it's so big or how much strategy is needed. But again, hopefully there's a nerd out there that needs this to win their game. And now on to our jackets, jumpers, all that stuff that keeps us warm. And the first thing we found was this racing car driver Penske shell jacket. I think the season's about to start fairly soon, if I recall correctly. And I'm guessing this is more a Ford jacket. It hasn't got the Ford logo on there, I don't think. It hasn't, but I'm pretty sure Shell, or this team, drives Fords. Good jacket to have, like it. Pikachu 025, I think that's the card number of Pikachu, or one of the cards. I think that's what that reference is. So it's got Pikachu 025, and apparently that's one of the more desirable Pikachu cards to have. And the last thing we picked up, this one was actually given to you by another reseller at Savers, Andrew. So thank you for this. It was actually a really well-priced jacket. Gave it to me because it had a couple of little marks on the cuffs of the sleeve. But again, a bit of the Stano. Got rid of most of it. It didn't actually take too long. And it's a Team Brock jacket, Holden Racing, Team Brock. And a lot of Peter Brock stuff does really well for me. So I'm happy, ecstatic to have this. I think it's actually close to vintage if it isn't already. It's got the Holden, so it ticks a lot of boxes. It's got the Holden box, it's got the Peter Brock box, and it's also got people that just want to stay warm, and this thing will keep you warm. It's a lovely looking jacket, and we have got rid of most of the stains on there. Still a few that we couldn't get rid of, but that's okay. For what we paid for this is an absolute bargain and should generate a lot of profit for my side hustle. So thanks, Andrew. And apart from that, that's all we've got for the week. If you got this far in the video, you know what you do when you listen to the right guy. But good luck at the thrift. I'll see you next time. Cheers.